If you wonder why when you are just chilling out, you get the answers to almost all the things that you've been asking for a lot of time, this is why. Today, I'm giving you the complete guide to why meditation is so important, to why being silent is so important, to why being silent is actually the gateway to access and harness the energy of the One, the consciousness. So in today's video, we are going a bit technical with the brainwaves, and all I want you to do is to sit back, relax, and just absorb the information that I'm about to tell you. So let's say something about that from the scriptures, and that is from the Bible, for example. Be still and know that I am God. Being still and knowing God are linked together, and this is something that most people don't even fathom. They don't even realize that being still leads to knowing God. Not believing, but knowing. It's completely different. Believing in something means that there is an opportunity for doubt to kick in. That will never kick in if you know something. You know that when you are walking with certain muscles and legs and with your feet. You know when you are going to go on hear me now, on the car, you are going to move forward, and R, you're going reverse. You know that. You don't believe in that. You already know it. Where am I going with this? I guess now you get it. When you are silent, you are accessing the omnipotent power of God. Be still and know that I am God. Being still is correlated to knowing God. And this gets me to the next point. The left brain mode, the right brain mode. The left brain mode is the analytical mind. It's the mind that wants to analyze everything. It is rational. It is analytical. It is alert. It is separative. It wants everything to be separated in order to make sense of it. It operates with linear time, before, after, left, right, this and that, polarities, opposites. It deals with the idea of polarity. And this is one of the Hermetic principles. If you want me to make a video about the Hermetic principles, comment down below. Tell me in the comments. But the left brain is the analytical mind. The analytical mind is dealing with equations, with things that needs a lot of focus and numbers and to actually make sense of the world. It separates everything to make sense of the world because it doesn't comprehend or it doesn't get the idea of holistic self, the holistic you. This is the right brain, the subconscious. Some ancient traditions used to call it the intellect of the heart. And we know now that the heart got a mind of its own. Literally, it got brain neurons. So when we talk about the right brain, what is the right brain? The right brain is the subconscious mind, the holistic you. It doesn't deal with linear time at all. You can say it's your higher self. Your higher self is always watching. Your higher self knows the road. From a bird's eye view, it knows everything. This is why we say that the subconscious is connected to the superconscious mind, which is, in some ancient traditions, used to call the mind of God. But consciousness is one. But we will get into that maybe in another video. There is nothing in this world that is not you. You are consciousness. You are a part of the whole. The one is the all are the one. Imagine that you are getting, for example, a huge and the most profound example is one of Dr. Ibrahim Karim's book, and that is the idea of getting a droplet of water from the ocean and put it on a table. Now it knows itself, separated from the, what is that? Anyway, separated from the ocean. It knows itself. But if you get that droplet and you put it in the ocean, bam. The ocean is me and I am the ocean. This is the difference between the left and the right brain. Separative, the other is holistic. The right brain sees everything as components to one unity, which is consciousness, which is the idea that there is nothing but God. Everything is you, in a way. This is why we see some people like the great Neville Goddard. We see people like Jesus Christ, like Buddha, Muhammad. All of these spiritual teachers were telling you, treat others as you would like to be treated. And not only on the physical world, mentally. You can be treating someone good, but mentally you are arguing with them. And they can peg that because consciousness is one, and consciousness is contagious. And we are all one, just like different vessels. When you get a glass of water from the ocean and you get another bottle of water, they both got water from the ocean. So the essence is the same. Think about that for a moment. This is why when we think about someone, he calls us. How many times did that happen to you? A lot of times. You think of someone and bam, he appears. Let me tell you something really interesting. And it happened today, like maybe a few hours ago. So I had a dream where I was in a certain occasion with one of my friends that had been abroad for maybe a year. I didn't see him in a year or a year and a half, something like that. And I had a vivid dream with that guy. We were in a ceremony or something like that, a wedding ceremony, something like that. And it was so real for me that I woke up and I felt like, wow, that was so real. Today, I didn't know that he came back in town. So I was walking down the street and the bridge of incident happened. I came across him and we had the most deep talk we had in years regarding metaphysics, spirituality, astral projection, all of this good stuff. This happened because the right brain, the holistic part of you, received the info that this guy, which is only a reflection of you, is now in town. And in a way, it's giving you a message that, hey, this guy's here and you're going to, have a talk with them. And it happened because to the right brain, there is no quote unquote time. Everything's here and now. This is why you should know that to the right brain, everything you could ever imagine is already set. And this can happen more to you by entering into meditation. And people will be like, what is meditation? What is it? My definition of meditation is being present. What does that even mean? You'd be like, being present. What is that? Being present simply is to sit down or lay down and just let your thoughts go around and you stay in the present moment. You don't argue with your thoughts. You don't try to prove them or disprove them. You just stay still. And by staying still, you are knowing God. Do that for maybe 15 minutes daily. Do that for 5 minutes. Do that, but make it to your own schedule. Just do it. Just meditate. When you meditate, believe me, you will start to have more synchronicities, more coincidences. You'll start to have more things that doesn't make sense in a way. But you will be like, wow, yeah, I'm getting more downloads. And this is the idea of the brainwaves. We have a lot of brainwaves. We got beta, we got alpha, we got theta, we got delta, and we got gamma. All of these are brainwaves. When you are alert, when you are functioning with analytical mind, completely analytical, fight or flight, you are operating in beta and high beta because you are trying to make sense of the things, you're trying to maybe calculate something in your mind, so you are alert. When you go deeper into meditation, maybe by breathing slower, maybe by imagining certain wave pattern, you are entering alpha. Alpha is imaginative. Alpha is starting to getting into the subconscious mind. You are a bit drowsy, but you are not completely drowsy. You can control your thoughts, and at the same time you are drowsy. Then you get into theta. Theta is just when you are about to go to sleep. When you're about to just be knocked out. just before getting asleep, you are in theta. If you practice holding your attention on something or a feeling or a thought, and you bring it to the subconscious mind, because theta opens the subconscious mind wide open. And when you not impress yourself, but carry a thought with you in that state, most likely you are getting it into the subconscious mind, especially if it's supercharged with emotion, if it's energized with feelings. You are getting it into the subconscious mind and into the intellect of the heart. And then you go to sleep. You enter delta. Some people, by resonance, when they are in alpha and in theta, they enter the idea of channeling state. You do that when you are very immersed in a flow state, when you are playing football, when you are playing, aka soccer for the Americans out there, when you are doing any kind of creative work and at the same time doing it with your hand, maybe in a gym, you enter a flow state. You feel like you are doing everything automatically, and at the same time, you know the next step. You are in a flow state. You are in high gamma. This is a channeling state. You always are channeling, by the way, but not in a gamma state. Sometimes you are just like channeling in a relaxed state. But the idea here is when you are in that state, the flow state, everything is just flowing, literally. This is why it's called the flow state. This is an advanced state that you get by maybe meditating more, maybe by becoming present more, maybe by breathing better through your nose, out of your mouth, or just through your nose and out of your nose. This is something that gets better and better with practice. And sometimes people do it unconsciously. We all do it unconsciously, by the way. But if you are trying to get to that intentionally and consciously, this is a whole different story. And this is why I'm telling you meditation is so important. So set a timer for 15 minutes daily. You can meditate like for 10, 15, 20, 60 minutes, as long as you want. It's all you. You don't have to follow any time frame. Just fit it in your schedule. So another thing that I want to talk about is the idea of the alpha and theta brainwave state. When you are in that state, you are feeling blissful, you are feeling grateful, you are feeling that you are one with everyone. The theta brainwave state exactly is when you feel like you are dissolving the ego in a way, not because it's a bad thing, the ego is not bad, but controlling it is something that is mandatory, I guess. I believe that, and I know that when you are in control of your own ego, you get better. You say to yourself, hey, I'm going to do this. The higher you, I'm going to do this. And you do it. You are controlling the things that your physical vessel wants to do, like maybe fasting. When you are fasting, you are depriving the body from something that is so necessary for it, and that is eating. But at the same time, you are opening these chakras because there is a point in the lever that is connected to the crown chakra. When you're not eating, this one, the crown chakra, is wide open. So in a way, the vortex of the BG3 is coming into your body. This is a spiritual science that maybe I will get into. If you want me to do that, comment down below and tell me. But the idea of that is you need to get to that state where you are calm and you are in control of your ego. And you are making the ego work for you, not against you. So when you are maybe fasting, you are meditating, you're controlling the ego, you're controlling the mind, because believe me, when you sit down and try to meditate, you'll feel like your brain is just screaming at you in a way, like, hey, what are you doing? I need to eat, I need to go for a walk, I need to take a shower, I need to call this person now. And you start to remember things that you forgot about. Okay, I remember now where is the keys. I remember now the keychain. Yeah, I remember where it is now. It's trying to make you break the silence and go for it. This is a trick. So you need to be aware of that. Once you are aware of that, you are controlling the ego. You are controlling your primal brain. You are controlling your desire to break the silence. You are controlling all of that. When you are controlling all of that, you are literally becoming a master over yourself. When you master your mind, you master your body, you master pretty much you're mastering your reality, because your reality is just projected from your own consciousness. When you control the idea of your attention, you control the idea of your awareness, controlled awareness, you are literally changing your state of being. When you're changing your state of being, some people would say frequency, some people would say it's the state of being. It doesn't matter. When you're changing that thing, you'll feel like you feel better. When you feel better, all of a sudden, by the law of resonance, which I'm going to talk about now, you are resonating with everything that is on a similar quality as this one. Whatever state of being you are emitting, you are becoming in resonance with similar qualities. So if you are satisfied, you are in a state of bliss, which happens when you are in meditation after maybe 20 minutes. You feel like you are connected to everything. You are resonating with that idea. So everything becomes accessible to you. So you are connected to God, and God is infinite possibilities. God got the keys to everything. With God, all things are possible. And this is stated in the Quran too. God does not change the circumstances of people until they change what is within themselves. In all doctrines and religions, you will find out that this is the truth. When you change your inner state of being, the outer will change. Just like a mirror. I would like to say it's just like a tuning fork. When you are operating on a certain frequency, the other tuning fork will resonate with it, will vibrate. So you are becoming in sync with that reality. This is something that you need to be aware of. Resonance is the door to both the left brain and the right brain. So are consciously using a certain idea, a certain feeling, a certain thought, and you are vibrating or operating on a certain state of being, and then you are becoming more resonant with all the things that in the subconscious mind that brings the means that will lead to the materialization of this thing. It can be visible to you and it can be invisible to you. It doesn't matter. Me and my Father are one, yet the Father is greater than I. This is what Jesus Christ was talking about. Actually, Christ is the Christ within you, the consciousness of Christ. This is why the second coming is the idea of raising your awareness, your consciousness, to the Christ level. This is the same with Buddha, Krishna, and all the other great teachers. So now, I want to talk to you about the idea of how to access God, how to access that infinite possibility of materializing anything and having anything and being one with everything. How is that? Two ways. There is something called transcendental meditation. There is something called normal meditation. If you do this or that, it doesn't really matter. The transcendental meditation is kind of like a rhythm. You find a word, you just keep repeating it. In Sufism, they use one of the names of the 99 names of God in Islam. They use one name, they keep repeating it. What repetition does, it shuts off the analytical mind completely. It shuts off the analytical mind, the left brain, and it makes you enter the right brain, the holistic you. So you feel like, in a way, you are dissolving the ego, the senses, and you are becoming one with everything. You're becoming everything and nothing at the same time. You know, when you are speeding up a frequency so fast to the point that it seems like it's static, this is it. When you are operating in this state of being, when you are silent, or you are repeating a certain mantra or a certain name of God or a certain name, divine name that you are repeating over and over and over and over and over. This is transcendental meditation. Transcendental meditation is amazing, by the way. Not many people know about that. Sufism, they use it. In Sufism, they use it a lot. They use the idea of rotation, anti-clockwise rotation, enter into the spiritual realm. They do that. This is some kind of like ritualistic thing, but you can do that in your house. You can just repeat a certain word. Repeat a certain word over and over again. Maybe find something abstract. It's up to you. Maybe say God, 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 the universe, say something. Or you can just stay silent, close your eyes, or There is a Buddhist meditation, and I think the great mystic Neville Goddard used it too. And it was actually mentioned in a book called The Master Key System. You actually look at a white wall for maybe 15 minutes. You focus on a white wall. This is some kind of meditation. You are triggering the theta brainwave state. So you are becoming more in harmony with everything, and you are becoming more suggestible to any kind of affirmation, mental affirmation, visual scene that you see, anything like that. And you can just transcend the idea of time, polarities, all that. God is above the illusions. So you enter the idea or the state of being one with the one. And this is very serious stuff. When you are in that state, you feel like you are whole, you are complete. You have everything. Literally, you feel like you are one with everything. You are one with the one. Some people, and this is a bonus tip, some people, when they are relaxed, they repeat this to themselves, like maybe a religious text, maybe something like that, like, I am one with God, God is within me, God is all around me. They remind themselves that they are in unison with God, verbally, because words got certain frequencies. This is why certain words in ancient Egypt, like the R, the rolling R, was used to certain things, like to levitate things. I'm not going to go into that. This is not to, like, this got a whole complete different explanation. But I'm here to tell you things that you can apply in your life. And this is something that I want to talk about. I don't want you guys to get into trying to figure out how this happened and how that happened. Yeah, it's good to know all these things. But know first the things that will improve your reality. And then, when you are in a better environment that is more calm and peaceful and a better place in life, then you can actually see more things for your own knowledge. So keep that in mind. This is just a tip. So, there is a saying that goes like this. A bug's world is as big as the leaf it's on. When you are disconnected and misaligned with God, from God, you feel like the world is just small. You feel disconnected. But when you are in a state where you are one with God, when you are actually fused with this infinite power, when you are in that state, when you know that you are in that state, you feel like the world is yours. And you know that this infinite being within you and all around you wants you to be happy because you are a part of it. So when they tell you in religion doctrines that God loves you and God is always there for you, God is within you. God is within you. It's real. God is within you. God is within you, and I want you to conceptualize it as that. Everything you see is God, and your own consciousness is God. Everything is God, so there is nothing but God. So when you use your consciousness, your awareness, the power of your awareness on good things, and you see them happen in front of your own eyes, you are serving God well. When you use it in disharmony to yourself, you are misusing the power. Let me repeat that. When you are utilizing the power of your awareness, your imagination, your consciousness, the thing that makes you above all other creatures in terms of divinity. And I'm going to go into that in a bit. Actually, they are reflections of you, but let me continue this thought. When you are using your imagination lovingly on behalf of another or for yourself, you are using that constructively. When you're doing the opposite, destructively, right? Now you get it. Now you get it. Let's talk a little bit about the idea of, hey, am I one with the plants with the animals? Let me tell you something. The plants and the animals, their perception is in the holistic, collective, the holistic mind, not the collective, the holistic mind. They are running by the laws of nature. I'm talking about animals now. Their brain, they perceive reality from the right brain. The right brain is connected to the universal mind. The universal mind, they are walking and talking, doing everything as a unity. They are seeing everything as components to a unity. Once they are in that state, when they are doing that, they are seeing many things at once. They are seeing this life and what we call the afterlife, which is only a parallel life. They are seeing all that. This is why you see your cats playing with something that you cannot see. They feel like they are being petted. You cannot perceive that, but they can perceive that. Their perception materialize entities or beings that are petting them. And this is the whole thing. When you know that it's all about the perception, then you know that your perception is so powerful that it can materialize things. So now you construct maybe a scene, maybe in imagination you hear something, people congratulating you, telling you things that you want to hear about them or about you. And you stay persistent in that. And bam, it happens. In a way that you do not know. Because as I told you, Jesus told us, me and my Father are one, yet the Father is greater than I. And also told us, when you pray for something, believe that you have received it, and it will be given unto you. What does that mean? It means that you enter into the holistic you. This is why meditation is so important. You are entering the holistic you. You are entering the right brain. When you enter the right brain, you're operating in theta. When you're operating in theta, most of the time, you are in resonance with the whole universe. So when you put a signal on that wave, you are resonating with it, and immediately the effect is happening. Now you know why meditation is so important. Now you know why being silent is so important. Now you know why taming the animal or the ego by doing certain tasks is so important. Everything is frequency. Everything is energy. Everything. From the smallest to the biggest. Everything is one great symphony. And you are a note in that symphony. And this note resonates with all other notes. Now you know why. Now you know why it's so key and so crucial to be in a state that you prefer. And that doesn't mean toxic positivity. I don't mean that at all. When you're feeling something negative, feel it completely. Be in meditation and put it in front of your own eyes until the energy is just dissipating. Once you've done that, once you're just okay with all of that, you'll feel like more neutral. Now you can focus on the positive aspect in your life that will make you feel better. And you will start resonating with that thing. And now you know, when you are resonating with that thing, more similar qualities will just be drawn to you. You just let go. You let God. Why? Because God is omnipotent. God is powerful. God is within you and all around you. His means are higher than your means. He knows how that thing can be materialized effortlessly without you interrupting. Don't interrupt it. This is why meditation, when you are in meditation, you will know that you don't need to just hammer down affirmations all the time. You can. You can use the inner conversations. But I'm not saying that you should be saying them out loud all the time. You don't have to say it all the time out loud. You can just mentally declare that. Calmly declare that to yourself. When you are in that state, you are in a state of knowing, not in a state of rush, not in a state of being afraid. And a matter of fact, you would be so safe, so secure in your knowledge, so secure in yourself, so secure in your God, that you would feel relaxed, and even more relaxed, and even more relaxed. And the next thing you know, everything is just calm. Just like a boat, just on calm water, going to its destination. So now you know everything about the brainwaves, the left brain, the right brain, meditation, all that you now know about. Now implement what I just told you. Implement that. There are certain techniques are just like tools that you can use. You can use the Selva method. I talked about it. It's also in my ebook, link in the description. You can use that. So I want you to practice what I just told you. Do it and come back to this video. Tell me down below your results. All right? So if you want to work with me, all the info is also in the description. And just start now.